Hey guys, Ali here. Welcome back to my channel. So as you all requested me that I make a video just to talk about my movie theater, this is it. So let's get right into it. Follow me. This was a giant space of just unfinished basement, and we basically built this entire movie theater from ground up. We have a mannequin here. This is the grand entrance, which has a luxury door. We custom made this. So if you are building a movie theater from beginning, so this is tip one. You want to have a door that's big, like 36-inch wide. If you can go even wider, go double doors. But don't get too many doors, because if you get too many doors, the sound will go out. So this video is not just about showing what I have. This is also going to give you guys some tips. If you're building a movie theater from the beginning, you want to avoid mistakes and maybe you can learn something. So anyways, let's jump right into the video. And here it is, guys. Welcome to my movie theater. So I'm just gonna shut this door. It's a tight seal. So this theater is soundproofed. I'm sure you guys even noticed in my audio here that the sound drastically changes as I walk into the room. You know what? Let me just turn on everything, because right now it just kind of looks blank. Hey Google, showtime. So as you notice here, the lights get dim, the star lighting comes on, the LEDs come on, the seats turn on. Everything here is on smart devices. I have a smart Google that's installed up there. And you want to do this right, guys, the first time, because I will tell you guys why. If you are serious about making a movie theater, you want to avoid these mistakes, because you put in so much work and then at the end you're like, hey, I forgot an HDMI cable, or I should have put in extra lights. So I designed this entire theater from like scratch, because we wanted to make sure that we make this perfect. So we have power outlets behind the chairs here for the seats. We have a power outlet for the projector behind the subwoofers. We even have power outlet behind the screen. In the future, if I wanted to mount a big TV here, I can, because there's a plug over there. So you want to do this right. So this room is 19 feet in length and 16 feet wide. And then we added sonopans, which is soundproofing. Then we added 2 layers of drywall. So we double drywalled it. We double drywalled the ceiling. We added these acoustic panels. It's to treat the room, and I'll tell you guys what that means in a bit. This room is a 7-2-4 setup. So what that means, I'm sure you guys have an idea of what like 5.1 surround means. So you have 5 speakers and 1 subwoofer. This theater has 7 speakers, 2 subwoofers, and 4 ceiling speakers. So 7-2-4. The ceiling speakers are called Atmos. So Atmos speakers are these height speakers. Some people call them height speakers. And what they do is, actually they do crazy things. So if you're watching a movie, like, there's a helicopter, or there's a scene where you have the sound effects of rain, you feel like you're in the scene. I mean, when it's dark, all the lights are shut off, it sounds really good. So with this setup, room dimensions, I had to go with something like this. I mean, I could have toned it down a little bit. I could have had 2 ceiling speakers, but I went with 4. So I'm going to show you guys a little tips, not sponsored by these guys. So this is a website that I just happened to find on Google, and they're known as Audio Advice. So what this website does is, so like you can see my room here, and the way everything is laid out. So I have 2 rows of seating. I have all the height speakers you can see over there. I have 3 front channels. So you got the left channel, the right channel, and your center channel. So over here, you can see that, actually you can't see, is my center channel. So the reason the reason these speakers are of this height is because when you're sitting down and you want everything to be ear leveled, and I will show you that. This is not something I came up with. That's that software, which I'll show you in a second. So this center channel, you want the center channel to be right obviously in the center, but you also want it to be in the center of the screen. Because if you're watching a scene with, let's say, there's a scene with someone talking, you want the dialogue to be coming straight from the screen. If there's a scene, there's a car, or something that goes from right to the left, you don't want the sound to kind of go down and you're right. I've seen a lot of theaters where they have the center speaker like really low or like really high. You don't want to do that. You want to have them equally distributed at the same level. So okay, I'm going to show you guys here. So this is the center channel there, and you got the 2 subwoofers that are sitting on the ground, and So if I was to do like a top-down view, and let's say I do, so this tells me how far my projector should be from my seating. And once I turn the lights off, this is what I see. And this is the most important part, the sound. So this shows me that everything is leveled. So let's say, let me turn on the lights here for a second. So the lights are on. So let's say I move these seats back, or actually I can't edit this right now, but if I was to move these seats like a little forward or back, all of this would change. So everything here is mathematically correct. The distance between the center seat, like this is, I call it my primary seat, which where I sit and watch movies. The sound is perfect coming from all angles, the Atmos, the subwoofers, the projector where it's supposed to be. And I'm gonna show you guys the main heart, obviously. So I'll talk about the seats, I'll talk about the video, but let's talk about audio. So everything is connected in this rack. This is my server rack, and this is not something you want to cheap out on, because everything here has to be like, you need these things, guys, because you know you have things for like power surge projectors. You want to protect your devices, right? So this is the number one thing. This is a Furman power box. Everything is plugged into this, and it tells me if I ever lose a power or what my volts are, and it will basically make sure that all of these things are protected. So this is expensive stuff, so you want to protect your things, right? So you have the Sony Blu-ray player. I have an Xbox here, down here, and then I have a IPTV box. This is the amp for outside. I have ceiling speakers outside for the gym and the pool area. This is an AC Infinity blower system. So basically, you can see the temperature right now is 75, and as soon as it hits 78, the fans kind of turn on even at higher speed, and when it reaches 89, this thing will start to, you know, have alarm sounds, and you don't want that, right? So what this does is it basically sucks out all the air from this entire rack, and it sucks it out to the back. And behind this wall, guys, is actually the set of stairs that come down from my upstairs. So I just happen to use this space to basically shove this rack into here. So this here is my, by the way, this is the main heart, which I almost forgot to talk about. Denon. This is the X6700. It's 11.2 channel, and this is more than enough for this kind of setup, for the 724 setup. And this here is a little drawer, you know, you can hide your remotes and stuff in there. And you want to have this, guys, because if you're building a movie theater like this, and especially if you have kids, you know, you want to make sure that it locks, right? Because you don't want them to be touching things, right? So let's talk about the video. So you can, you know, with great sound, you want to have great video. This is my Sony VW325ES native projector. This is a 4K 3D projector, and let me tell you guys, this is phenomenal. You can go top notch, but if your video is not good, you know, what's the point? So do your research. I highly recommend the Sony and JVC. I know the NX5, I believe, is really good, and I like both of them. I'm not, you know, particular picky about like which projector to go with. There's tons of them out there, so it all depends on your budget. And speaking of budget, I went with these Klipsch speakers because it fit my budget, you know. I kind of like how they look. I like the black and copper look. Actually, I'm going to tell you something about these seats also. So I cannot tell you guys how important it is to have good seats, because if you are into, you know, binge watching TV shows, and you want to have a good time with your family and sit here for long hours, you want to be comfortable. I've seen some really, really good theaters with bad seating, those stadium style seating, and I've seen some people put like ridiculous like beds in their movie theaters. You don't want to do that. Do your research. I went with these top grain Valencia, and they are phenomenal. Like the cup holders, the LEDs, the little attachments that they give you, tray holders, a wireless phone charger. You have tablet holders, a wine cup holders, like for your wine glasses, you know. I know right now they're coming out with popcorn bowls, so it's endless. And these seats actually are amazing. Like, let me show you guys a little thing here. So they recline all the way. The back headrest also moves, and this is the best part. You got the lumbar support, so everything here moves. And you got USB charging ports on the sides here. So I highly, highly, highly recommend these seats, guys. All right, let's put it back into place. We talked about a lot of things in the theater, and I'm actually going to give you guys a demo. So, oh, by the way, my remote. So another really, really important thing. I have maybe like 10 remotes here, and I don't need them because I have just one remote. So this is a universal remote. It's by Sofa Baton, I believe. I got my Denon in there, my Blu-ray, Fire TV, IPTV projector, Sony amp. I mean, I have everything in here, so I don't need to jiggle through all the remotes. So let's play something here. Let's play a scene from like Dark Knight, and it'll kind of give you guys a demo as to what it sounds like. So let's set the mood. So, hey Google, turn off basement lights. So as you notice now, everything shuts off, right? So I'm gonna play the scene here. My Blu-ray player is on.
What the hell is that? Obstruction ahead! Obstruction ahead! Damn it! All units divert down on the lower fifth. I repeat, exit down. What the hell was that?
Hey Google, turn on pod lights. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. So that was Dark Knight, one of my favorite movies. So yeah, guys, this is it. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about in here, but so everything that you see here, guys, was custom made. If you have any questions and you want to ask me anything, feel free to ask me. Also, guys, make sure you put these panels, because I know you can have basically a box room, but if you don't have these panels, it will bounce like your audio, everything is going to bounce. You're going to have a lot of echo in your room. So you want to treat the room, make sure you have these panels. And I'm going to actually show you guys a little cool thing. So remember I said that you must have extra HDMI cables and you should run them properly here and there. So I'll tell you why. So what I did was, from that server rack, I put in another HDMI cable to my washroom. Yes. So if you're ever, you never have to miss a scene, because you have to take any washroom breaks. You got a little TV screen here which shows you what's going on in the theater. So, and I'm gonna show you guys what's behind that wall there where my server rack is. Actually, it's a mess right now, but I'll still show you because I got some balloons in there, so I'm not gonna show you everything in there. So that's my set of stairs, and behind the stairs is where the cabinet is. So if you see here, everything is neatly tied. Everything is labeled. If I ever need to come back here for anything, it's all available, and I never have to hear this. The fan is running, I can feel the air, and everything is nicely tucked in. You want to do this right. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video.